Forex Fortune Hunters, Tom Wilmot speaking. Glad to be back with you. Let's take a look at those two templates again, the new GMMA and the double whammy. Let's compare them and see how we're doing. This is a chart of the pound and the yen, and you can see over the last few days the pound has been getting hammered. The pips are stacking up for us, and all you have to do is follow the trend as we'll show you in this video. So stick around, hold on to your hat, and we'll get started in just a minute. Okay, Fortune Hunters, let's get down to brass tacks here. Every trade has a risk, and the key thing that we're trying to accomplish is to minimize the risk and give the trade a chance to run for us. So you can see here on this particular chart, the pound and the yen, we've put on a 30-minute chart because it's not too short, it's not too long, it's just right like Goldilocks. So here we go. We're going to take a look at how you can minimize your risk and maximize your reward using these few simple indicators. First of all, in the new GMMA, what we've got are multiple moving averages. We began down here with the 12 running up to the 24 EMA, and then on to here with the moving average. I made that a 47, but you could use a 50, all EMAs, and you can add those to your chart, as you know, very easily by simply inserting an indicator, and then you can see, and then you can see down here in the trend area, you'd simply move your moving averages and you'd click on those and off you'd go. If you have some of these on your chart already, you can also right click on the graph anywhere, and then you can go to your current indicators list, and that'll pop up, and I've got it on my second screen, so let me bring it over for you. And you can see here that the combination in this template that we saved are these moving averages, the Wilmot cross, and that's this medallion indicator, up, white, down, blue, and that's when the 12 and the 24 cross, but obviously you can adjust that too. Magnified market price is one that I picked off the internet, and that simply shows me what the current bid price is over here at the current time, and we'll show you that in a second when we'll close this down. The GMMA long is an indicator that you can usually find in your Metatrader bag of tricks up at the top in the indicators list. It's an add-on usually. I'll show you that in a second. And then we come on down here, and I actually have session times here too that are for the lower time frame, so I can tell when it's the London Open and the US or New York Open as well. So that's how I keep track of it. Then I have my relative strength indicator down here, and you can see that I have a band of 45 and 55, and typically if you can't burst through this, you know in this particular place you have a pretty good chance, once again, of not taking out your long position to the north. You're going to go south, and that's the way we measure our risk and our reward. And the only other piece of that trading principle would be that you're going to want to look for 3 or 4 times reward for every piece of risk, and that way you can trade 3 or 4 trades, lose 3 or 4, and still come out ahead if your pip count is calculated correctly. So let's close this up, and I'll show you again about a couple of those new issues. Templates, indicators, here we go. We have, of course, the trend and so forth, and we can also, in terms of this, take a look at this chart, and we can see all about time frames and everything else by simply looking through these by a right click on the board with our indicator and object list. Okay, so once again, the principle of the Zealander fly trap trading line here is a principle that I adhere to all the time. After you have a crossover of the moving averages, the situation is that at this point, that's where the 12 and the 24 cross to the downside. You can see that with our medallion, and also you begin to print this orange line here. And once the 12 EMA crosses down, that confirms for me that we're in a downtrend. So I kind of wait for that secondary confirmation, and that's noted by the red arrow. Now, in the reverse, you can see here, the yellow line is the Zealander fly trap to the north. And so when we have that crossover, that's when the printing occurs here, and then our bands are pointing north. This is a buy zone. And once again, when you can see the chop down below that line, that's why I don't like to get in too quick. Once you get above the Zealander signal line, then that's when you could expect a move to the north. And also another way to play that is very simply to take your line to show where you got in and so forth, and I put it right there. You can see the move to the north. Then you could drop down, say, to the 5-minute chart, and we'll see. We'll have to go over here to find it because I haven't used this for a while. Notice this pullback on the 5-minute chart right down to the fly trap line, and off you go north. So your stop is somewhere below the 50. We're down at the 50, below the Zealander line. Right here, notice that we popped back into the bands, but we did not fracture them, and off we went to the races. Okay, now what we're going to do is click over here, and we're going to compare again what was going on with our double whammy. And let's go down here to one of this, by the way, was to go here to see what templates I have, and I have a zillion, as you can see. Let's take a look at the double whammy basic, and that will give us the two lines. This is the chandelier stop right here, and this was Trend Magic. And if you don't know about this yet, check out the other videos on our site. We have dozens of them for you to see how we built this. And also, if you go to fxfortunehunter.com, I have video sliders there that show how to build these templates in order of the video too. So if YouTube is too complicated to figure it out, check out my website, fxfortunehunter.com, and please sign up there, by the way, and we'll give you emails for future releases of new videos and new information. Now, what happens here, we can see this was a 5-minute chart. This is the one we saw. And notice that what happened is we turned double red here. We came back and tested the template, and this was the 9:30 hour on the 17th of June. I believe that is today. And so therefore, we pull back after the open of the New York Stock Exchange. This was 7 a.m. Boston time. This is 9:30. Pull back a little bit. Can't get anything to go, and off we go to the races. And this particular day trade was really fantastic, and we ended up getting 69 pips. Or is that? Yeah, 69, almost 70 pips, and it doesn't look like we're done yet. Let's compare that move to the move that we had also back over here into GMMA. Let's see if I can get that opened up. What's going on here? New GMMA right here. And so there you go. There it is, the same thing. We come back and test, but the bands are helping us. Our stop could be anywhere up in this area, but you notice all day long, all the way into the 2:30 hour or so Boston time, absolutely nothing to challenge this downward trend analysis. So that's those are the two of the indicators we have for you, the two templates rather, the double whammy and the new GMMA. Both of those can be gotten and the indicators pulled together, if you'd like, from my Dropbox site. If you'll send me a comment, we just had one over the weekend. Someone new signed up, and we sent off those indicators today. Happy to do that if you send me an email or a comment through the FX Fortune Hunter site. Please do that, and let us know how you're doing, and let's see how we can make these pips and put you in the black, starting especially as we move to the second half of 2019. Let's score some big pips, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Good luck with your trading, and have a nice evening.